the infamous Max Schmeling, world champion back in the 30s. They've had Axel Schultz, Manuel Char of late, but they're looking for the next definitive world heavyweight champion. Could it be this guy, Agit Kabayel? All action, rip-roaring attacks, proud German, and ready to reignite the sleeping giant of this country. But a massive chance, an opportunity for the Pole, Damian Knyba, who's going to look for that big jab and the uppercuts as Kabayel comes in. Really important this start.
He'll look to be busy, he'll move as we're seeing already. I can see the jab to the body from Agit Kabayel, and an elite level mentality is required here. He cannot take his foot off the gas.
He has to force Knyba to throw when he doesn't want to throw. With that, he'll make a mistake. He either comes out too slow, comes back too low, and that allows him to slide in small and come over the top with that right hand.
There's the right hand, and he's looking again for the uppercut, which Kabayel can be slightly susceptible to. He's tried it again. Jean caught him a couple of times like that, Kabayel, and he has been down as well in his career, but he is undefeated in 26, Kabayel, and on the cusp.
Knyba's got to sit on that back foot. You've got to try and get yourself in the centre of the ring. Sit a little bit on that back foot. He's still got the reach with the jab, but that'll force maybe Kabayel to come a little bit over that front foot, and then that uppercut can't find a home.
Right hand from Knyba, who's got 11 knockouts, 17 victories straight, but you look at his record in depth, and this is a huge step up in levels.
Yeah, just predictable with that jab to the body, and he just found the right hand over that lazy jab. And again, Knyba.
A bit of damage, I think, to Kabayel's right eye. Walks into an uppercut here from Knyba, who's having a terrific start in this first round.
Yeah, there's some real damage to that right eye. Looks above and below.
And a right hand as well. Knyba's settling here. And he's really putting pressure on Kabayel.
He's picking that shot really well, that uppercut. That's the shot for the sort of fighter.
Again, though, that's where Kabayel, he double jabs. It not only gets to the target quicker, it sort of takes you with that uppercut. You can use it half as a defensive move.
I think Kabayel's been shot by the start here from Knyba, which is all action. I thought Knyba might box his way into this, but he started at a real pace.
And I think that eye's cut more than just bruised.
Yeah, it looks nasty, doesn't it? The right eye of Kabayel.
They're the shots to slow this movement down. You've got to target the body. But he's got to very, very good body punch.
But he's got to whip that right hand over the top when he is doing that body work.
What a first round here in a cauldron. Terrific atmosphere in Oberhausen tonight as we kick off 2026 for you. And uppercut from Knyba.
He's opened that cut again, I think. Maybe a little bit worse on that right eye.
Big round for the Polish giant based in America.
Jede Hand rein. Wasser.
Augen zu, Augen zu.
Beine sind stark.
Akrasiani, Christian Mertin, Kuchenbuch.
Geh unten
The
nach
tight
oben.
team around Agit.
Du bleibst vor den stehen, der haut
George
jede Hand hier
Warren,
rein.
Spencer Brown looking rather worried. Ringside, it was a very fast start. And a cut there on the right eye. Damian Knyba, well, we're worried about nerves, or could he handle the big stage? He's gone straight down to business.
Yeah, he hasn't been overall, he's coming quite confident, even though Kabayel did make him work hard, and that might take effect as the fight goes on, but that cut is not ideal at all there for Kabayel, and that'll give Knyba loads of confidence going into the second round.
He's got one of the longest reaches in heavyweight boxing as well, but look at him attacking here. Damian Knyba trying to catch Kabayel cold again at the start of the second.
I like the thought behind his work. That uppercut, it is certainly the shot as I've already pointed out, but it's when he's throwing it and how he's setting it up is very intelligent. But the pressure, as Barry said, he's evident from Agit Kabayel, but he's got to tighten up defensively.
Nice right hand from Kabayel going in there. He's used to people having decent starts against him. He toughs it out sometimes, the German.
But also that uppercut for Knyba, when he throws, he's got to make sure he doesn't come forward
the disguise of the uppercut. Body shots from Kabayel. And the crowd rallying behind him.
Almost using that left to the body just to set up the right hand. This is better. Getting in a bit of a rhythm now, Kabayel.
Just like the Kabayel, there you go. Do that, move that head a little bit more. And get a bit lower as well. I know there's the uppercuts, that's a worry. But if you're lower and you're bobbing and weaving coming forward.
Better shots from Agit Kabayel. And Knyba looking to utilise this small ring here in Oberhausen, which surely suits Kabayel. Can Knyba take the pressure mentally and physically tonight?
That was the right shot from Kabayel, but you've got to get loaded with that right hand. It was more of an arc. It was a little bit too straight. But that's the right hand over the top, I think, is the weapon for him. If you can slide that left foot forward, that's the shot.
Yeah, throw it after that left hook as well. Threw it a moment ago. Really, really good. Knyba needs to get busy with the jab, get moving, use this momentum of Kabayel in his favour. Try and walk him onto that right uppercut.
Smile through the gum shield from Kabayel, as if to say, you're not hurting me. I can march you down. And there's the body shots coming through.
An easy second phase of attack though, Kabayel, because Knyba's punching back. So do that work, take a little pivot, go again, straight away.
Just look down at his corner now. Damian Knyba. He's going to be really under pressure here. He's going to have to hold himself together.
This pressure will not stop from Kabayel. This will test not just your mindset, your spirit, but your conditioning.
Because it's different, see, punching when you're set, you regulate your breathing. You're punching out of necessity when you have to. It means you can't get that breathing out. You're punching and that tires you very, very quickly. And that's real fitness.
Attempting to get that jab going, Knyba, but he's doing a lot of work on the back foot. Chopping right hand from Kabayel, better from the German favourite. Well, Top Rank believes in him. They signed him a couple of years ago. He came to boxing late, but there was a team around Damian Knyba who have quietly built him. He's really a ticking boxes on his biggest night.
Yeah, absolutely. At some point in your career, you've got to take that step. For me, he likes to move. I've seen him in the past. He likes to be active with his feet, but on his terms. In this fight already, after 2 rounds, he's being made to move an awful lot.
Za dużo zdobywa te ciosy na moc, okej? Zrozumiałeś mnie? Łyczka. Spokojnie. Wiemy. Wszystko.
Yeah, much more busy, much more effective in that round. As you Kabayel, making Knyba work hard, but also having effect with some of those body shots and that right hand over the top.
Very quick off his stool was Agit Kabayel. Damian Knyba in fight number 18, undefeated. Kabayel, more season, more experience. 29 knockouts between these two. It's a cracking match, and that's what you want to see this year.
Yeah, better from Knyba. Poking out that jab, moving, but constant pressure again. Looking for that right hand over that jab now. Kabayel. Real purpose in this movement coming forward.
Has Knyba had that sort of acid test needed before going in with Kabayel? The answer is no.
Nowhere near, and so you tend to think, even though he's looked good in the past, and I think he's looked very good, it's at a level that maybe you can't really assess how good he actually is. But he's doing okay. He's not winning the round, but he's doing okay. He's being busy with that jab, and that's the right idea. But Kabayel's making him work hard, but he's still start now, making him pay for the misses.
He's being made to move a lot, as I say. 6'7", over 260 pounds. Oh, good right hand.
Kabayel.
Now, is there a cut underneath the left eye of Knyba?
He's hit by a right hand again. Damian Knyba, he was wide open to that. Now he's cut and in a little over in this third round.
But a good noise here.
How quick he's kicking his feet up there, Kabayel, to get to the target. That's really impressive.
Body shot with the left hand. They call him the Liver King. Agit Kabayel. And now he's got momentum as he looks for his 6th stoppage in a row.
He's looking good, isn't he? Looking solid, can't miss. with that right hand.
He's just like a bull, isn't he?
He is.
Comes forward, taking a few shots, but weighing you down and swinging the right hands over the top.
But really building on this momentum, isn't he? Positive signs for Kabayel.
He throws his body with that right hand.
A couple of right hands, and now Knyba's in trouble here. 50 seconds left in the third round. It's all Kabayel, and Knyba's in danger of falling apart.
He's showing a good chin though here, Knyba.
Oh, right hand again, the flurry of shots that he puts together are so eye-catching, but so hurtful.
His legs already are starting to feel it, and Mark Lyson stepped in, and Agit Kabayel has won in the third round, and that was another odd stoppage tonight. We've seen a lot of them here. Kabayel was definitely hurting Knyba, but he wasn't given an opportunity there at all.
What a good fun 3 rounds that was. Yeah, it did look a little early, I must say, but that intent from Kabayel from the second round and into that third round was impressive.
It's almost soul destroying because Knyba had a really good first round. Really good first round. I thought he was positive, cut the eye, had some success. The uppercut was finding a home. Then Kabayel just had raw resistance, but he just puts pressure on you and then gets those shots into play, that body shot, right hands over the top, and then Knyba started to panic a little bit. He showed a good chin, but he couldn't defend himself.
It was a brilliant barrage from Agit Kabayel, who smelt blood, and he delivered the punches to finish the fight, and where there maybe Knyba could have gone on a little bit longer, but I think the writing was on the wall. Mark Lyson, an excellent referee. He thought, and he had a better view than us, that Knyba had to be stopped there and then. We'll have a look back on replays, but I think whatever happens, Kabayel was totally dominant then.
The outcome everyone was kind of expecting. The big question now is, who next? Who does this man face? But look at him get down to business. You could see his face looked distressed. Knyba, he didn't like this pressure. He didn't want to have to move as much as he was being forced to. The cut there from that right hand. But yeah, Barry, it was really good work.
And it boiled down to the end, the lack of experience, because Knyba didn't know what to do when he was hurt. He didn't know what to hold, didn't know how to fire back. He sort of just stood there and took his licks. He didn't do. He had no thought. He just was like pretty much sort of stuck in time a little bit, and that's just a lack of experience at this level. And obviously, you know what, as a Kabayel, when he got you on the rails, he's not going to let you off the hook. I thought it was a little bit early. The writing was on the wall. I would say that for sure. I just thought, maybe a little bit early of a fight of this magnitude, but the referee could see the eyes. I think that shot started to get the interest on the temple there. It looked a little bit unsteady around the shoulders.
Fantastic, it really was, the way he put the shots together, but it was also letting Knyba know, I'm the boss here, I am on the cuffs of a world title shot, I am the WBC interim world champion.
He protests straight away, Knyba. He was being outboxed, out-hustled, and whether it was early or not, Agit Kabayel got his act together in that round. I feel for Damian Knyba, losing for the first time, and desperate to carry on there. Looks in his eyes. He says he's fine.
Yeah, I think it was a bit early, but I would say this though, and this doesn't matter, that Knyba won't care about this. I think the writing was on the wall. He wasn't going to let him off the hook. He had him hurt, he had him tired, he had him in trouble. But I do think he should have been afforded a little bit more time.
Yes, but it was only going to ever end like that. I always felt at some point, whether it had been a round or two, or that in particular round, he would have got the job done.
I think most definitely it was that barrage. He wasn't coming out of that round.
Absolutely, the experience, the aggression, the accuracy. Kabayel found his momentum, and when he does that, he's such a dangerous fighter and such an exciting fighter. And there's a big smile on Spencer Brown's face. He's packed out this crowd. He's shown how he can sell, and now it's a case of which big heavyweight fight is next for Agit Kabayel, who wins in 3. Talking about big fights, Teofimo Lopez, Shakur Stevenson, anyone up for that? I certainly am. End of January, don't miss it, stateside, live on DAZN, Ring 6. What a month. And what a start we've had. It's been a cracking night here in Germany. Some really good action, a fabulous atmosphere, and a fun fight for 3 rounds. Damian Knyba will come again. He'll learn from it. Agit Kabayel remains undefeated and one of the best in the world.
I think the biggest takeaway for me is the crowd. Sold out, really vocal, here very, very early. If you don't come back here again, that's foolish. I mean, you've got to come back again. It was fantastic.
They'll be looking for a stadium show. I know George Warren will want that. And I think Agit Kabayel can deliver. He delivered tonight, didn't he?
Sieger des Kampfes nach 2 Minuten und 36 Sekunden in der 3. Runde durch technischen Knockout und damit immer noch WBC Interims Weltmeister im Schwergewicht Agit